Yes, yes,
What's
yes,
up,
yes,
Chief?
yes. What's going on, Jess? How's everybody doing? Welcome back to the Peters Report, where we're trying to stay one step ahead of this market. It's up and down. It's crazy, huh?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's definitely a roller coaster.
Yeah, there was. I think I've seen all the emotions. I've seen people upset that it went down. Now it's turned right around and gone up,
Now they're mad they didn't buy any yesterday.
and now they'll be like, and as a trader, that can be a problem. We can always be, oh, I should have done this. I should have done that. Should have done this. And it's like you can do that all day long. You got to find a way to. We were talking about that before we came on, right? You got to trade in the here and now, man. And, do good. I'm short right now, by the way. I'm short. I'm trading the TQ. I gave everybody money yesterday. I was like, or the SQ. I was like, just trade SQ. Don't. If you're trying to play long, you're being a dipshit. Let's see. You're just being stubborn. So let me pull this up.
Yeah, you were green trading the SQ, right? Yesterday?
Yeah, because we were in a downtrend. Let me pull this up. This is a 1 minute chart.
We can't see it.
I thought I did. Oh, help if I added it, right? So this is I'm in this right now. This is the SQQQ. This is the inverse to the NASDAQ. So if you're worried about the market going down, you would buy this. I'm up $100 in this trade right now.
How many shares are you doing of this one? Are you doing like double?
500 shares.
Yeah, so about double.
Yeah, you have to, right? You have to adjust. And the best way to figure that out is just buy some shares and just watch it. That's how most things. Hey, and if you're not involved in our second income stream, if you're not earning some passive income, you could be doing that today. Let me see. Anyway, hit me up, text me, man. Send me a text. 936-661-7786, and we can get you started and trade with us. Trade with the cool kids.
Are you trying to have anybody come on today to trade live, or just come ask us questions?
We can. I'll put it on there. They're not a bunch of bitches. Most of them are like, oh, I don't know. I don't have my makeup on today. Let's see. Gang. What's up? Same people. Click like. Appreciate you. What's up, Steven? Oh, wait. Ethan wants to hop on.
That's cool.
Is it? Do we want to? I don't know, man. Let's see. Here's what I'll do.
Damn, look at Airbnb.
I'm fixing to pull up some charts. Text. I won't keep you guys on too long. If you come on, we'll just talk for a minute and bring somebody else on. Let's see.
Damn, did you add to S-Ball yesterday?
I did. That's in my cash account or in my SEP
Your
IRA.
IRA.
Yeah, it was my SEP IRA.
That pays options on the inverse of the VIX, right?
Yeah. So it's trading. It's just volatility. That's how they're making money. Just plain old volatility. I got knocked out, but then I got put right back in. So I'm trading bar by bar. Let me put the TQ up as not to confuse people. Man, it shocks me that you can get filled on the SQ short, which is making you long, but you can't do it on the TQ half the time. I haven't had one fill not get filled.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
Yeah.
So the TQ is something that I like to day trade. I day trade the same thing every day, so I don't have to fucking look for stocks or watch something in mode. I don't have to do all of that. I just get up and trade the same thing. And I like that. I like that way of doing it, especially when you're trying to learn. I don't think you need to fuck around with trying to find the right stock. You need to put in reps.
Yeah, I like doing the same stock.
Yeah, it makes your day easier. Just pick a
You're
stock.
not chasing anything either.
Right. You're just trading price action. A lot of people think a lot of their answers and problems are going to come from some secret stock of something they do one time, and there's some sort of one-time it's a lifetime of trades. So the trend is still down. It's like, if you get mad about losing trades, well, you're just going to be mad the rest of your fucking life because you're going to lose. I lose half my trades. Boom, this is headed down. So this is the 5-minute chart of the TQ. Price moves in 4 stages. It's very simple. There's a doji right there at the bottom. That
Yeah,
5-minute chart. And there's one right there at the top. Look at that motherfucker. So we got a doji. That tells me we're bottoming. Soon as the MACD histogram ticks, the momentum, that tells me it's going up. As soon as we're above the 5, that's my trigger. That's what we call the trigger. Bang, bang, we're in. And now we're going to ride it. And anytime the 200's there, it's probably going there. That was some easy trading this morning. Let's see. So yeah, if you want to take, what's up, Brandon? Arlo?
Yeah, they have to send you their email.
All right. Now let me show you this stock. I don't even know how to talk to people like this. I don't know what this is. So here's soon. Let's look at this. Some AI stuff. Now it's up 6% today. Now I'm not in it. It's called SOUN.
Oh, yeah, you were telling me about that.
Yeah, I'm not in it. Okay. And the guy texted me yesterday and he's like, hey, on the big correction here, the one right here, on that big correction, you need to load up.
Where are you pointing?
Right here.
Oh.
So I need to load. This is a daily chart. So he was saying I need to load up. So this is the RSI.
I mean, maybe drip, but I don't know about load up.
I don't have any. I don't have any of this stuff. So there's your stage 1. There's your 2. All right. It's going stage 3 right now. Yeah, it's back above the 5, but we still haven't gotten above the apex point, right?
Right.
And the RSI is extreme. So you're buying a stage 3. Now, somehow he knows for certain that it's going to go up to the moon. It's never coming down. I don't know how he knows that when Warren Buffett or anybody else doesn't know it. So if somebody could explain that to me, how you guys actually, people who think they know, how in the fuck do you think this? Are you delusional? Do you just like talking shit online? Because I always call people out on that as soon as they start. Dude, shut the fuck up. You have no idea where it's going. Like,
right.
I guess what and this is probably a good dude. I think he's in Discord. I wrote a book called The Money Flow, where I teach how I trade. And it's not at all what the fuck this guy is saying. So why would he keep texting me to take a trade that's not in my trading strategy? A stock going up 6%, is that supposed to impress me? Oh, I need to get in. Or should I be disciplined and wait for the next stage 4 sell-off where it'll probably correct 30 or 40% and then I'll step in and ride it up?
Yeah, definitely wait for the sell-off.
Yeah, fuck that stock. I don't give a fuck about that stock. Let's see. So anyway, I don't care what it is. I'm not buying a goddamn stage 3, man. Fuck, have a little fucking discipline in your life. Who gives a shit if you miss a stock? God damn, I own 118 of them. A couple of them are going up. It ain't a big deal. Let's see. I'm trying to find another chart here. Hold on. ENVX. Now, Discord was handling it pretty good yesterday, I thought. I only had a few people fucking flip out on me.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the last two sell-offs that we had, everyone handled it pretty well.
Right. One of the things I like to do is just go in total bitch mode, just break down, crying, pee on myself.
Just go lay down.
Right. Some of the responses I get from people is just like, are you retarded? Were you under the impression that once you put your $600 in, it was just going to keep going up forever? Like, you have to know you want it to come down. But it messes with you. We were talking about that today. It's like no way around it. You can easily be.
Yeah,
Everyone
there's still
can.
some fear. Or second guessing or
It's going to take a while
uncertainty.
to lose that. You hang out with me, you trade with me, and you still get it, right?
Right.
Why is this not loading up? So if you get it, we can conclude someone who just came in is probably going to have that problem going forward, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But as human beings, we always tend to think we're the exception. Oh, I know other people struggle with stock trading, but I'm going to be really good at it. No, you're probably going to suck. You're probably going to suck at it. Why would Chris Johnson say buy MSTR when it's at stage 3? Because Chris Johnson doesn't fucking trade the money flow. There, I said it. I said it. You know, now he's convinced that it's going to go up. Cool. Maybe it does, man. You know, maybe it does. I've just developed a strategy that works for myself and I implement it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a very disciplined person. I know my shit works. Consider some of these comments you get. You have incredible patience. Yeah, you got to have patience to do what I do. Me and you talk about that sometimes, you know, like you're like, what? Don't even bother with this guy. I'm like, oh, I have to. This is where we start. I mean, somebody that I help I was going to say someone's children. Somebody's child's going to become president of the United States, and I get to play a part.
Yeah, or something equivalent.
Or like evil spy or something, man. I try to have patience. Sometimes I flip out. I mostly flip out when they don't do money flow in front of me. I don't understand it. It's like, let's say you're a kid and you know if you say this, your dad's going to slap the shit out of you. You know this is going to happen. And yet as a kid, you do it anyway just to push your dad, you know?
Yeah.
And then you're shocked that he slapped you when you knew for damn sure he was going to. You know, and so it's like if you post something in front of me that you know is not part, why? What is the point? I don't understand it, you know? So it seemed like yesterday on the sell-off the other day, we had one of two responses. One, oh, I put too much money in too soon. Now I don't have money.
I mean, go get more money and just put it in. It's
nobody wants to hear your bullshit. You know? It's like, I don't know, fucking go drive. Every sell-off, everyone says the same thing. I don't think it matters, especially if we're looking at second income stream. I don't care about the price, the value of the account. Now, everyone will go, oh, yeah, Terrell, I agree with you. And then when it sells off, we don't agree with you.
Yeah, no one can handle the red.
Because
I bet if the negative was all green, still in the color green, it wouldn't be as bad.
Yeah, it's the color. I'm telling you, it's the color. I have people like, they're with the yield max, they're like, yeah, but it's red. I'm like, yeah, bro, but add up the goddamn dividends. But it's the goddamn color on their screen. They cannot get past the fact that it's red. There's ego tied up in that too, man. And a lot of times, the stock that's doing the worst, this is the fine line part. You might need to cut it. I would be fine. I like that. I call it circling the wagons. When there's a massive sell-off, your first responsibility is not to whine like a little bitch. It is to circle the wagons. you're a portfolio manager. What is your favorite? Are the top 10 or 20? Fuck everything else. And you got to figure out what those are, because if you get to a point where you need to cut or need to raise money, you need to sell shitty stocks. You don't sell a good stock to go buy shitty stocks.
Right.
And then you just have to pick one. And so one of the things I've always done is just sacrifice. If we get a big giant sell-off, I'll just sell some shit. Some shit I don't even care about. Just sell it. Now I got money. Let's go. And I want to buy quality, so these are fine line things, The other thing you can go through down and do, you've seen me do this where I sell partials. So like say Procter & Gamble, you have 55 shares, 0.3221. Well, I go in and sell the 0.3221. Boom, I get $40. And I go all the way down my list, and I'll raise $500 or $600 that way.
At least.
But I do that every 2 or 3 months. And then I go buy some shit like Bohr, something where to really buy me some shares. So let's look at Bohr here. That's a little way to raise money. And then never say you're all in. You're not all in. You're never all in. Let's see.
Aren't you always all in, though?
I'm always all in, but then the next day I'm all in. Meaning, when I say I'm all in, it doesn't mean I don't have more money to put in. It's just that all my money right now is in, and then I'll be putting more in tomorrow.
You'll have more money.
Right. But there's this idea out there that somehow you're going to have it waiting. There's going to be this big sell-off. You're going to tiptoe and dance and slide it all in like you're the greatest fucking investor on planet Earth and set up. And then when you don't do that, you look back and you're like, oh, that was so obvious, No, it wasn't. It's not obvious. Borrowing money to prepare for the coming is probably the best way to go about it. What was I trying to look at? Share this tab. Let's
Bohr?
Oh, Bohr. Yeah, let's look at Bohr. This is my spec play. I think this is a double. Down today, huh?
Yeah.
I'll be buying.
Yeah, I was going to say, it gives us another chance to buy.
Yeah, I'll be buying. This is one too, like sometimes I'll put this out and then it drops down and people go, what are we doing with this? What do you mean? Like one fucking day does not change my opinion, dude. Like we're going to buy the stage one. If it goes lower, I'm going to buy the stage one. I'm just going to wait for stage ones, which is price getting above the 5-day exponential moving average. Right? That's the main way. We don't dollar cost average. I usually correct people when they say that.
It's not a money flow term.
It's not a money flow term. That's a loser term. Let's see. Is that Holly in there?
I don't know.
Did you know Holly's a nurse?
No.
Let's
really?
See. Yeah. Let's see.
That's cool.
I may have been too heavy-handed trimming yesterday. I was hoping it would come down more, but what would I have done differently? Nothing. Yeah. What are you going to do? Yeah. Holly's the one that made me that cool thing I have on my wall.
That's cool.
Yeah. Let's see. She's been in MFG a long time. Was making money during COVID too. I am all in for as long as my ADHD focuses on it. Hobbies upon hobbies. Never a dull moment in my life. I like it. Yeah, that's me too. My life is chaos, man. I'm always all in, and every day I wake up, there's a goddamn problem. Like Gary Vee says, he's a firefighter. He's always putting out fires. I like that. So I like Bohr here. We have it on Trade of the Week. If you're a member of our Trade of the Week, a trade comes out. If you have the cojones to even do it, where's Michael? I was going to pick on him. I bet he hasn't been doing the Trade of the Week. Michael, where are you at? You told me you won. Now you're not fucking trading. Guys, don't tell me you want to be a trader and then not trade. It pisses me off. Let's see. Someone asked about Bohr. Are you trading Bohr or buy and hold?
That's Omar from Discord.
I like Omar from what was that? Goddamn, what was that show in Baltimore? It shows the drugs and the cops. Can't think of the name. Omar on there. He was badass. He would jack drug dealers. Anyway, I got sidetracked. Close this trade. I have Bohr. I am currently holding it in my buy and hold in my IRA because that's where I hold most of my oil stocks.
Mm-hmm.
I think you could do either. I think
Yeah,
if you're gonna hold Bohr in a buy and hold, you need to trim it when it does run up and double because this is the kind of stock. It's not going to be $100 stock ever. It's going to run up because this is a small company. They're not that goddamn big, so it's not Exxon. It's going to run up, get a little overpriced at some point. You need to sell some, let it come down with oil, and you could just keep playing this game with that stock. Each time making your I call that position trading. And
yeah,
each time,
I was gonna say it's the same strategy, just in your buy and hold, you're not paying the tax.
right, and that's called trading around a
The same
position.
way you're doing it, you're trimming it, you're trading it around in your cash account, you're gonna trade it around in your IRA,
Right,
just tax free. You're not just
right.
accumulating it. Oh, he wants to swing it.
You think he's a swinger in real life too? Like they go to clubs?
I don't know. Never know with these people down here in Miami.
Oh, does he live in Miami? The
Yeah.
Wire. Man, I love The Wire. I got to go back and watch that Wire, man. Omar. All the drug dealers were scared of Omar. That motherfucker robbed him, man. He was gay. He might rape you too.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Call the cops? Yeah, he's just robbed criminals. Oh, Baltimore in the house. Yeah, man, I always wanted to go there. I always wanted to run a trap house. The my internet's sucking today, huh? All right, let's look at another one that I kind of think some people are sleeping on, and that is
Tree?
no Dow,
No. Oh,
Dow Holdings. I wish they didn't call it Dow because Dow Jones. I think people, it's easy to get it, or you know what I mean.
yeah.
I hate the fact there's a stock called gold, right?
Yeah,
Because you're
like
talking about
yeah,
gold,
yeah. And
and it's like, are
it's
you
not
talking about the
even
stock or the gold? And it's like I hate having to constantly say that. It's like don't make a ticker name oil, fucktards. Because then they're like, are you talking about the stock or the? So it's back above the 5, and it's kind of in the box here. I'm gonna go with it. I think I add here.
yeah, I
I
added
think
some
you,
because I didn't
yeah,
I
yeah.
it
This is a
was lower,
no-brainer.
just add more.
You could do options on this. And the reason I'm adding is it's back above the 5. Now you could say, well, I added here, Gerald, and blah 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 blah. Yeah, bro, but it could just keep going down and down and down. So the reason what we're doing with the money flow is we're trying to create a repeatable pattern. And one is the target zone. Look what happens to price when it hits the 200. It gets stuck. So price is drawn to this. So one of our strategies called the B&B is to pick up these dividend stocks when they're really below value. I love the TSI. I don't talk enough about that. And then our momentum's going our way. So this is an easy trade, man. Did Ethan text me? I forgot to check my phone.
Yeah, did he send you his email?
Okay, we got one. Sure, it wasn't no D pics or anything. Let's see.
You wish. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
You're funny. Let's see. All right. Let me full auto. I gotta send myself this thing for the link. Are you in? Let's see. How old do you think Ethan is?
31.
30? Oh, that's the dipshit age, man. From like it's like a
28 to
ghost.
31, I don't know.
You're hitting that transition where life is just fucking confusing.
Going with 28 to 31 or the 28
Right.
to 32.
Life gets a lot easier when you get. Some things get easier when you get older.
It just depends.
Some things don't get easier, like physically, but other things like life get easier because you're smarter. Let's see. All right. Hey, Ethan, I'm sending you a link, man. Hey, don't fuck this up either. Okay? No pressure, but don't fuck this up. I feel like he's going to fuck it up. What do you think? You can't do worse than your first time. Let's see. I'm kidding. It is not easy, right? Live streaming? I mean, as easy as I make it look, it's not easy. It's like watching Eddie Van Halen play guitar. It looks easy. You're like, fuck, I can do that. All right, so Dow, and then what else we got? We got Hershey.
Oxy?
Yep, we'll show Oxy. Man, look, this is still a stage one because of the anchor hasn't been broken, right? So the first thing I do when I look at a trade, when I come up to a chart, I don't look at it and go, oh, stage 4. No. Back it up. And so I go backwards on the trade. And it's like, okay, but if I'd have got in here, and then I added here, and then remember I sold some? Right up here? Right. The reason I did that is it hit true value. It came back down. Now I'm looking to add again. I'll add in here. I'll add it day trading too, as long as this anchor point hasn't been violated. Let's see. You don't think Ethan would violate an anchor point, do you?
I don't know.
Do all kinds of bad things to it. Every 2 to 3 years, I rewatch The Wire. Greatest show ever. Bro, it makes me want to be a gangster, man. Like some shows, I'm like, God damn it, I should have been in the mafia. But I'm not Italian. I don't give a fuck, though. I could still be around, And when I was younger, I'm obsessed with gangs and crime and that kind of stuff. That's my hobby. And I'll watch them and I'll be like, oh, man, I could have been in this one, And then some of them are so stupid. It's like, how do these guys even stay alive? That's Aaron. What's up, Aaron? All right, there's Skylar. He used to day trade too.
He quit?
I think he's doing this. He's doing the CT thing, CIT or CYT. I don't think he's money flowing anymore.
What's CYT?
He's a teacher online, or CT something.
What?
He's a stock teacher. There are other people that teach stocks. I don't know if you know that. I know we don't watch them, but
I know Skylar doesn't watch them either.
I know, I'm teasing him. One way to be not a good trader is to watch me and watch the professor and watch Chris Johnson, which Chris, I don't know what you're doing, bro. It's not called stock trading. You're just buying shit. That only works when you have a lot of fucking money. You're just like, fuck it. You just buy shit. You just throw fucking caution to the wind, man. Just fucking buy shit. Let's see. I kicked the guy out of the money flow for that. TLT. What are you noticing about the TLT?
Came back. There was a doji.
Motherfucking doji. Don't fuck around with the dojis, man. Fuck around and find out. Did you ever watch that teacher's videos, Fuck Around and Find Out?
The teacher's video?
Yeah, it was the teacher who made that shit up.
No.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
Dude, when it first came out, I laughed so goddamn hard. I had teachers like that.
That's hilarious. That's good. That's nice. That's
He's
what these kids these days need.
These youngsters. Yeah, watch this. Let's see.
He's thinking.
Hi.
Oh my God.
And we're going to talk about a different phenomena on this graph here that I think that you need to be aware of. I'm going to use just a hypothetical story that I'm going to completely make up out of my own head that really has nobody at all. Okay. So let's say, for instance, there's a comedian and an actor. Okay.
We got a
They
comedian.
worked together over the years. Maybe not together, but they definitely know each other.
ICT.
They've interacted over the years, and nothing new here, right?
We're
Let's
waiting
just
on
say
you,
we're at some
Ethan.
kind of an event, and the comedian cracks a little joke about the actor's wife. Little joke,
Damn.
no big deal. This is part of the business, so it's just a little bald-faced joke that
It's just business, bro. Don't take it personal.
So sweet.
shouldn't cause any reaction. This is fucking around at a 1 or maybe even a 0, right?
What?
But all of a sudden,
to fuck around 1.
the actor responds with a level 10, which the comedian finds out right here. So then you would feel like maybe the gradient line should go something like this. But there's an underlying factor here, okay? The comedian fucked around at a level 1. No big deal. But what the actor mistook was that, say, his wife had been fucking around at a 9, right? So,
hey, Ethan, are we going to wait all fucking day on you, bro, or what? Is he not coming?
Did he send you his email?
I sent him a link.
Oh, okay. Maybe he's like downloading StreamYard.
He said I sent him a link about joining Discord. Not that I sent him the wrong link. Did he just publicly say I did something wrong? He's getting off on the wrong foot. Let's see. Oh. No, that may have been my office staff sending you something there, Ethan. I don't think I sent you that.
Because maybe he's trying to get in the Discord too.
All right, I sent him. I see what I did. No, I see what I did. I'm gonna send him another one. All right, now.
that fucking around gets added to the comedian's activities, putting them at a fuck around level of 10. Okay? And that would explain the find out of 10. When the actions of you or somebody else, maybe at a level 1 fuck around, get added with the actions of another, that's called a fuck around entanglement. And what can happen with an entanglement like that is what it can happen is it will rock the axis here, the fuck around axis. All right. And what can happen is if this happens to you repeatedly over time, it can cause you to become jaded.
That's funny. I think it's funny. All right, man. I sent you the link. Come on, let's go. Geez, Becca, I didn't mean to call you out. I apologize. Well, hey, don't make it more fucking attention by saying that. Jesus. He does know I punch people, right?
When did he call you out?
Just a minute ago, he was telling me I sent him the wrong link.
Oh.
And then he goes, oh, I didn't mean to call you out in public. Now he's making it worse by saying it even more.
Oh, my God.
Right. That's what I need, more people to correct me. I sent you a link, man. Click the goddamn link. Let's go. I don't think it had anything to do with stock. Oh. They also don't know how my show goes. It's whatever the fuck I want to look at. Let's see. So yeah, we got a doji right at support. RSI almost went extreme. And now the MACD, you see the histogram here?
Mm-hmm. It went flat.
It went flat. Guys, this is what it looks like when the trend changes. Notice it went flat. So if you don't get anything out of the live today, I just gave you a lot right here. Boom, see it? Boom, see it? Boom, see it? And then what happens? Then it goes that way. But we need to see this TSI go sideways, man. There's no sideways action. What we do have, though, is just that doji. That's not you got a little confluence with the doji and maybe some support, but I don't know. Not that big. Let's see. Any thoughts on NVIDIA? Wow, you dug deep for that stock. Who could have ever thought of NVIDIA? Hey, why don't you just bring us the most popular fucking stock on the stock market and ask about that one? Remember when I used to get mad about, they'd be like, what do you think about Tesla? Okay, it's the best performing stock in the stock market. What would you like me to say? What do I say to that? It's going straight fuck up. What comments would you like? And then remember, I started just saying I hated the stock. I'd be like, I'd still get the fuck out of Tesla. I would just do that to get views.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would tell anybody who owns Tesla's an idiot. I was just doing it because people would click on it and watch it. They couldn't believe that I would say that. Thoughts on NVIDIA? I think NVIDIA is going to be fine. I mean, are you in NVIDIA, sir? What's your thought on NVIDIA? Are we hooping it? What are we doing with NVIDIA? NVIDIA is above the 5. It's a stage 1. The way I would play this would be NVDX. How are you playing it, Jess? Would that be how you would?
NVDY.
Okay, NVDY.
I'm in the yield max video.
Okay, so what's the dividend yield on this one? Do you know?
I think it's like 100.
100%.
Yeah, 102%.
Okay, that sounds like a scam. It must be a scam.
Probably is. Probably gonna lose all my money.
Willa Felton. How much is Discord? This young lady came to my house, I believe. She was at one of my live events. She's in the Wealth Squad, though.
Yeah, NVIDIA is 67% distribution rate.
Right now it's 67.
On the yield max site, but I could have sworn it's been over 100 at some point.
What happened to fucking Ethan?
I don't know.
Bro, what's your fucking email, bro? Maybe I'm emailing the wrong person. I've sent it to you twice. I must be sending it to the wrong person.
Where did he text you his email? He has your number?
Oh, this is Ben. Ben Israel 929. So he's apparently not answering.
Did Ethan text you? He has your number?
I got like 100 texts. And
That's what I'm saying.
Ethan don't kick it every day. I don't know it's you. Like how?
Yes, I don't think he texted you his email. Did he put it in the YouTube chat?
He's supposed to text it to me. Hey, fuckface, text. Okay. It's going to be too much for people. What do you think about this? They went through some China stuff and it went down, but I'm playing the long game. I don't know if you noticed this. All fucking stocks went down. You're stupid, NVIDIA. Let's see. Fuck NVIDIA. That's what I say. I would do the 2x NVIDIA.
Yeah, for sure.
Personally. But it's not even about NVIDIA.
Or there's NVDL, I think. That's the Direxion.
Right, because we're playing NVIDIA 3 or 4 different ways. You're still doing checkers, sir. You need to elevate your game. Seriously. Enough fucking around. I, for one, am done with your fucking around. I was talking to a kid the other day, and he was like bragging. He was like 19. He had like 40 grand. He was saying like it was a lot. I kept coming back to that. Do you feel like that's a lot? Oh, well, it is for me. Well, nobody asked about you. Do you think that's a lot of money? Because you've been alive for 19 fucking years, and that's all the money you have. In 19 years, that's all you could come up with. See, he was using it as like an excuse. That's what happens, you know?
Yeah.
Hold on just a second. Like that'll let you coast. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, I'm doing good. You're not doing good. Fuck out of here. What was I trying to pull up, dude?
Oxy?
Oh, there's Ben. No, I was trying to send. God damn it. Sorry. I'm trying to do all these things at one time here. As Superman as I am. Okay, now I got my shit together. You know Ben? Ben's been in the MFG for a minute. What's up, Ben?
What's going on?
What's up, Ben?
Hey, Jess.
How's it going?
Going well, guys. How are you?
Now, me and Ben have shared some beers over the years.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's see.
More like under the table most of the time, GP.
What's that?
Said it's more like you drink me under the table most of the
Yeah,
time.
yeah. I have a drinking problem. I ain't gonna lie.
I don't
Let's
know
see.
where you get that tolerance from, man.
The army. Damn, where's the chart? You got headphones in, or what do you got?
I do, but for some reason my AirPods are not really working with this StreamYard.
Right. Yeah. Do you have another mic or like a wire kind? Let's see. Sam says hi, Ben. Where you Sam? You think she's on vacation? Where's she at? She's at a beach or a lake. Where do you think she's at right now? Said her doing her fucking homework. Where do you think she is?
Conference.
Switzerland, maybe.
Oh, here we go.
Let's see.
I got my AirPods to work with this thing. Hopefully. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, cool. I just
Sam,
bought some Coca-Cola. I don't know if anybody's building that in there or buying
Yeah,
home,
I just bought some too.
Nice.
I'm fucking with you, Sam. Just because you've been on more vacations since the age of 30 than I have my entire
I think you're just
fucking
jealous
life.
of her vacations, dude.
No, I'm pissed. She doesn't have more money in her trading account because you spend all your fucking money on trips. Let's go.
But it's
Enough.
about the experience.
No, that is not the experience of trading. That's what it's about. You can't experience trading at the beach. Let's
yeah,
go.
but we didn't all grow up in Alaska and get to see
Bro,
cool shit
you
our
can
whole
only-
life.
I'm not your mom. You can only sell that shit to your mom. I'm a grown fucking man. Like
You didn't need to travel. You grew up in Alaska. You saw everything that there is to see in one place.
Sam thinks she's trading. You think Sam trades as much as I do during the day? You can't work and day trade all day.
Yeah, obviously not.
Right. So Sam doesn't know shit. Sam, you need to see some trading where you plug in.
I will say
you
that
trade 8 to 10
Sam
fucking
probably
hours
trades
a
a lot
day
more
all
than
day.
me.
She isn't watching. You can't. Your brain is not capable of focusing on two things. You're half-assed doing one of them. It's not possible. She said, "I'm dead to you." I'm just fucking with you about the thing, but it is true. If you're on trips and trips and trips and trips, don't tell me you're focused on some shit. You're not. Not like a person who's staying up focused on it. You know, Mark Zuckerberg is working on Facebook. Steve Jobs is working on Apple computer. That's what I'm talking about. Some people have it in them to be great, and they give it up, following the path of this world. And I'm not talking about Sam here. Oh, it's Christmas, so I got to go do this. No, you don't. That shit was made up not too long ago. I don't know if you know this. They made up Christmas. Literally made up Christmas to take your money, and people lined the fuck up to participate. Put shit on credit cards. Okay, now he says he joined. Where is he? Okay, here we go.
What's up,
So,
GP?
Ethan?
What's up, Jeff?
What's up, man?
What's up, Ben?
How you
Man, I
guys
didn't know
doing?
you. Oh,
What's that, GP?
you got a dog?
Yeah, I got 2 dogs. I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. Jeff has.
I joined at the one time when they decided to bark. Go figure.
Jeff, how many you have? 3?
Yeah, I got 3.
You have 3? Yeah,
Yeah, she's running like an animal rescue.
Yeah, I have two golden retrievers, man, and they're a blast. The only bad thing I have to say is all the dog hair.
Yeah.
I used to use that Roby thing at first. I thought, oh, this is the answer to that problem.
No,
But
this
then my
was
dogs would lose their fucking minds on that thing.
Yeah,
So
either
then-
yeah,
yeah.
that or they go downstairs and shit. Yeah, but I think they're a lot better now. But yeah,
What if somebody said Jesus wasn't made it? Huh? I don't
I
know.
don't know. I don't know what this person's saying.
Do you remember where Jesus is? You remember that big trip that he went on, that big vacation Jesus did? You know, the one in the Bible. Oh, you guys don't remember that one because he didn't talk about it. Now, why didn't Jesus talk about going on vacation? I'm just, or Muhammad. Nobody great.
They didn't need
Even-
vacations back then.
Yeah.
Life was simple and great.
Was that what it was? Life was simple.
They didn't even have technology. Like
I do. I'm just fucking with Sam, but I do think that is what keeps most people from becoming really not everyone. Some people have plenty of money. They can just do whatever the fuck they want to do, but some people don't, man. You can only say I don't have 25,000 in my day trader account for so long before I'm not real impressed with you. Because you've had a time and you're still not doing it, you know.
You just get to expense your vacations, GP, when you go to New Orleans and party like a rock star. Not everybody's that
you
lucky,
caught on to
bro.
my hustle. I don't do any, like Gucci Mane said, I don't come out of the house for free, bro.
Yep.
If I'm buying anything, I got to figure out how do we expand. Now, obviously, some things you can't, you know.
Oh, my rental properties pay for my laptops, phones.
Right.
You know how
Yeah.
it goes.
And working class people, they take their money and they go buy a fucking phone. I can't even see doing that. I would take my dividends or my renter's money. Let's see. You're talking about the cave. Didn't he meet up with Thomas after that? Oh, we went to the Lost Gospels. Jesus. All right. Before we get off track, let's check out CLM. Are you guys in this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. I already had complainers. On this big down day, we had a guy really complaining. And he was a little upset about it. And as I started talking to him, guess how many shares he had?
Like probably 10 or 20.
200. So
200, yeah.
So I'm thinking, okay, for the rest of your life, you wanted it higher. I mean, you know, if you bought $10 million, I guess I get it. It went down on you.
Right. Yeah, I got used to red pretty quick. When I first started investing, it was, I guess right after COVID. And you know, just about any stock you picked would go up, you know?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I think I got in all the big tech, Apple, Microsoft, NVIDIA, and then a big chunk in, as much as you hate it, in VOO. And
Yeah. Nah, I mean, that's the time to buy it, bro. That's the time.
Well, and then you look, and then in 2022, I think it was like September, October, and I'm looking down the barrel of a 40% loss, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is, you know, just as soon as it goes up, it's going to go back down, you know. So after that, I was like, well, it is what it is, you know.
Oh, Uber came back down a little bit here. Mark is pulling back. I'm short right now.
Yeah, I still have my SQQ on. I don't day trade it. I put it on yesterday for insurance against my trading portfolio.
So yeah, at open, did you close it at the open, or did you?
Nah,
You said you weren't day trading it, so yeah.
I'm planning to hold it till early next week to see, you know, if the correction is over. I'm not, you know, I'm not super convinced at this point. We'll see.
And that's a hedge, right? Like you hope you lose money on it. You know, it's like insurance, right? Like you buy insurance, you hope you don't use it. Like
yeah, it's 3% of my trading account. It's just one position, right?
So let me ask you, if you're doing that, and you know this shit takes time, it doesn't change day to day. This is our top for the stage 3. We're back in the box, but all up in here is just kind of noise. You know, you know. So would you keep that? I mean, if it comes all the way up in here, would you keep the hedge on?
I was planning to wait until Monday and Tuesday. If it crosses the 10, the 5 and the 10, I think I'll probably consider taking it down. Yeah.
Yeah. And if it pushes, let's say price slowly pushes back up here, you know, if I was day trading, shit, I might get short there and give it just a minute. And if it broke through, I would just eat that loss and then get out, you know, because something might go right back up here, stage 4 decline, you know. That's just a little, me and Jess do that a lot. We're right as we're about to get out of the trade, we might add to the trade, knowing that in the next 3 seconds or 3 minutes or whatever it is, we're going to get out. Because sometimes it'll go right to that level and then literally turn right around and you caught it, you know. Let's see. But that's more of a day trader thing, swing trader. Ethan, how long you been trading?
Shoot, I never went like live trading, but I've probably been demo trading for the last 2 years, I would say, at least.
Ooh, you're from the Forex world, huh?
That's originally like how I found trading, and it's
Yeah, you can tell
such
by
a
your
funny.
words. You
You
said
know,
demo trade.
yeah, the or paper trade. I guess all the
Yeah, stock
terms
people
are
say paper, but
interchangeable.
forex people always say demo.
Oh well, then there you go. Yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah,
But yeah, have you ever heard of? I think it was called iMarkets Live. They
yeah,
ended up
yeah.
having.
It was an MLM.
Yeah, well, like
They tried to
so.
recruit me.
Yeah, well, I remember talking to a guy. And he's like, "Man, he's like, you're young. He was like, in 2 years,
You're
you're
gonna
gonna have a
kill it, bro.
Lamborghini."
You're
And
gonna
I'm
be
like,
fucking retired. If now, a
"Yeah,
full
yeah."
time split or one of the little kid ones.
And I'm like, "Okay, cool." And then we get to like the trading part of it, and I have
They don't
no
know how to
idea
trade,
what
do
I'm
they?
doing. But my thing, and this is honest to God, this is what got me hooked. I think I was trading like USD JPY or something, and I put like a one lot on. Well, I didn't
Do you
realize
know
it.
what that is, Jeff?
Mm-mm.
It's currency trading.
Well, it's like
They trade in pairs.
in forex, I had
Oh,
no idea how leveraged it really was. So I
yeah,
put 1.0, thinking, oh, it's $1, right? It's going to go
yeah.
up.
It's like
GP,
50.
I got smacked for like $200 or $300 before I knew it, and it
Yeah,
was like
same.
light bulb moment because it was like, yeah, cool. I just got wrecked, but if I
Right.
knew what I was doing, I would have just made $200 or $300.
Right.
And then ever since then, it's just, I mean, I'm fascinated by it, watching the order book, and I mean, just. I'm buying 2 or 3 shares of VOO here and there, and you watch the order book and it's 12 or 13,000 shares. It's like, wow, I need to get my money up. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
I
Sure.
love it. I love it,
Yeah. I will tell you, I trade best in the morning.
Uh-huh.
And I'm almost, wouldn't you say, Jess? I'm almost always green in the morning.
Yeah.
And then my problem is I like trading, so I keep trading.
Yep. Well,
And sometimes you can give it back, and that's the cost you when you're going to keep trading. That's the cost.
Right. Well, and that was you were talking about this, I think on one of the streams last week, and I just had to laugh because it's so true. But about the Instagram, Lamborghini Miami traders that trade the New York Open and then they're done.
Right.
Well,
yeah, we all got Lamborghinis down here.
Yeah,
everybody,
right?
Balling,
yeah,
bro.
What colors is yours, Jess? you
Pink.
know,
you like little bubble? Get that little drive around.
Yeah, little bubble. That's got to be some of the best stuff I've ever heard.
He's got shit. I got 22 Lambos. He's got the little ones.
Yeah. And like, I would have a winning trade, and it would be like $50 or $60, and it was like, okay, cool. Well, by their standards, I'm done for the day, and vice versa with a loss. I take a $60 loss, and it was like, well, why should I settle for a $60 loss? And that's kind of, listening to you. It's, you trade all day long, and that's kind of something.
I don't know how you become great at it. Just doing it a little bit, and then you want to go do. And you want to go do something else. If you want to go do something else, go do that and don't fucking trade.
Right. Exactly.
And it's absurd to think about that. Why doesn't Goldman Sachs do that? Why do they sit in a fucking office all day if they can just do it 30 minutes and leave?
Exactly.
You think they want to be there for 15 fucking hours getting yelled at? Like, I mean, living in New York, man, you have to know some people that work on Wall Street, right? Or come around them.
Oh, yeah.
They work the shit out of those people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Morgan Stanley is two buildings, is one Penn Plaza. It's the next building over from me, right outside of Madison Square Garden. I have a bunch of portfolio managers and financial advisors that work there. We have mutual clients, and yeah, I try to get tips from them, but dude, none of them invest their own money, so I can't really trust these fucking people.
That's crazy.
I just can't trust. I'm like, what do you own? He's like, oh, I just put all my
index
in the
funds,
spider funds. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, you do this for a fucking living. You have access to millions of dollars worth of researchers. They pay their researchers millions of dollars a year in total, obviously.
Yeah, I don't do that though. Yeah.
But they have, you have little birdies. I don't know where your little birdies are, but I'm trying to get some little birdies, and
Right. I have two people that work at hedge funds that I talk to on a daily basis. Like we text all day long back and forth, and they're obsessed, just like me. Like they're playing chess. They're obsessed, but their own money is in the index funds.
Right.
And they're playing this game of managing other people's money to get money to put in an index fund. And that's so weird to me. And some of them do it just to simplify shit so they're not front running and they run into trouble with the SEC. You know, a lot of them specialize in something where I'm a generalist. Dude, I have several that'll call me and they're like, "What are you looking at?" Well, here's the thing. I didn't know this. I'm thinking I'm special. No, these guys have a Rolodex and they're going down and they're calling 30 guys like me that are obsessed. And now imagine the power of that, though. If you have 30 guys that are complete stock fucking lunatics, and you can just text them and get their best idea, and you do that to 30 guys.
By the way, that's the MFG. That's what you.
Right.
Those are the assassins that you've developed over the last 4 or 5 years, GP. That's what you did.
I want to start somehow
your Rolodex is
profiling
much
that.
more valuable than theirs, if you ask me.
That's why the one guy stays in contact with me. He's like, "Hey, bro, what are you?" Because he always wants to know what retailers are doing.
Right.
You know, and yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. I want to do something where like we can submit each week when you do your homework, you can submit your best play, and then we as a group can look, and then we can see are any of them lining up? Like 20 people pick this one. Or I'm trying to figure out how to do that. So then we can all scan each other's best pick, which I think would be very beneficial. But you got to pick your best one, you know, and it can't be fucking Apple or some shit. I get so pissed about that. It's like, it's not Apple, Tesla, or fucking NVIDIA. It's something else. Like you have to use your brain. You have to go find something else besides that.
I hear you, but that trade still hit this year hard. The AAPB and the AAPX.
No, yeah, they're great. I hate seeing it when they're straight up and the guy goes, "I'm going with Apple," and it's like, really?
Right.
That's your big play, bro. You know, I get. What was funny? Me and the professor tried to do content on the street, and we would just go up to strangers, and every fucking person goes, "I own Apple." And at first I'm making fun, then I'm thinking, fuck, they're all geniuses. Like, it worked. They didn't spend writing books and whiteboarding and stage one. They just bought Apple. And it went up. So what the fuck am I doing, you know? But that's why the money flow works, though. Stocks go up over time, right?
Right.
And we're just trying to beat the market. I mean, we should have a homework channel. Ugh. Do we need a homework channel? Danny B?
I don't know.
I don't know if we need a homework channel.
You think
Do people even do their homework?
We might need one. What's that?
Bitcoin looks like it's chilling out on the stage, the previous stage 3. I'm wondering if it's gonna almost a doji forming over here.
Yeah,
on
I got
Bitcoin.
wrecked. I had a bunch of futures contracts on Bitcoin Cash. And it just fucking, I got stopped out of half of them. I'm fixing to put them back on. This motherfucker owes me money. Let me check the 30-minute chart.
Yeah, I was going to say check the hour at least.
So here's the 30-minute. So I think I'm fixing to put my shit back on.
Yeah, the hourly looks like it put in a bottom. I mean, who knows, though? It could just be a downslope.
Yeah. Bitcoin has been interesting. I know if I didn't have any, now's your chance to start buying shit. Right? I mean, people tend to want to do it when it's high, though, and not when it sells off. Look at XRP, man. It fell all the way to
Look
what?
at that doji.
God damn, dude. There's a doji. There's a doji. There's a doji. It's kind of nerve-wracking. That doesn't bode good for going up.
I mean, that's a bullish doji, though, isn't it?
It is, but it's in the midst of a giant stage 3. I don't know. Sometimes this stuff is subjective, right? It's art. You know, you can have two artists that know what they're doing, and they can kind of look at shit from a different perspective. I don't think we can argue that's a stage 3, and yet that's a bullish turnaround. You're right. So
yeah.
more
It
time.
stayed in the box. It didn't break the box.
More time to tell. But anybody who bought down at the bottom of that candle, that's where we talk about, this is a perfect example. Sometimes you just take a shot there where's the XRP? You take a shot there because you know it's about to break. So if you were in a trade and you're about to get out, fucking load it up and then watch it turn right around. So, that's a good example of that. I got a big Doge trade too, and it didn't do much. Ooh, Doge has got the Doji too.
Wow.
They all have the same kind of setup.
Yeah, but I mean, Bitcoin
Man.
looks like a doji too, so.
He said utilities setting up, everything is setting up,
Yeah,
right?
utilities setting up.
That's how I caught a big move on the NASDAQ this morning. I was like, are we going to creep back up? Are we not? And then I saw Dow Jones was ripping, the S&P, they were all ripping. I'm like, okay, well, I guess we're going up.
Yeah. If you'd asked me yesterday, I was a little concerned. I mean, I held over the TQQ. I closed it out at the open. Now I'm back to day trading it. And that's the one way to protect your portfolio. I mean, you can do that. You just got to know you're probably going to take hits. But does it matter in a portfolio where you're getting paid lots of dividends and lose on your hedge, your account's going up?
Yeah, you said you want to lose the hedge.
You really do. If your hedges are hitting, everything else is going down. I mean.
Oh yeah.
I mean, my man says, don't cryptocurrencies have a tendency to run up over the weekend? They do tend to.
Yeah, they do.
Unfortunately, the futures market is closed on Friday, so you're stuck until Sunday afternoon. But obviously the regular, it's hard to trade crypto if you're not leveraged because you can't unless you have big money.
Or I only use the BITX and ETHU. It's only 2 times leverage, but that's it gave me more than enough juice, especially this time around. I mean, I don't do too much I don't day trade. I do the traditional like swing trading that we kind of started on, but yeah, I mean, those have been great the last couple months. I got it end of October, saw Bitcoin was going up, Ethereum was still like really built a long base, stage 1. And I'm like, with Bitcoin going up, this is a good time to pounce into Ethereum before it hits, and that one hit pretty nice too. So I mean, well over 100% on each of them at this point since October.
That's nice, huh?
Wow.
Yeah.
We got a nice little run going here. Hell yeah. Now you're still doing it. How many you're holding 3 doors?
Yeah.
Is that correct, or 2?
I have two rentals, but they're student rentals, so one of them has 2 apartments in them. It's a 2-unit, so technically 3 doors.
Right. That's nice, man.
Yeah, and you'd love this. I just noticed that my rental property accounts were like kind of chunky. I accumulated probably like 15, 20 grand of cash in there. And I always have something going on, but I just replaced my boiler and my water heater. So I was like, you know what? I'm probably good on expenses for a minute. I took all that and put it into my margin account so I can
Hell yeah.
keep building that.
That's
And
awesome.
that just hooked me up pretty nicely. I was excited for them. I wanted more blood on the streets, to be honest. Because I started this margin account and the market was fucking hot. I was buying CRF and CLM, like, it looked like they were at extremes at that point, but I needed to build up this income. So I bought them anyway because they, you never know. It looked like they were going to keep going up, but I'm happy we got this pullback. I added at least 500 shares of each of them just on the pullback alone.
Hell yeah. Airbnb
yeah,
is great now.
I'm looking for Dow to fuck. It was looking like it was coming back in the box today, but it's still fucking straight. I mean, I don't like that broken family.
Yeah, I was hoping it was trying to get back in the box. Amazon's back. These are all the yield max funds. Apple, that's probably going to be my pick of the week. I'm just going to go Apple every week. I like this Baba here. It just keeps coming
Yeah, that's
down.
in Group B.
I mean, this is probably who has all these drones in our country.
They're in my neighborhood over here in Jersey. I don't know what the fuck they want with Jersey. It's the least interesting state in the country, but for whatever reason, they're hovering over
Dude, the
here.
Jersey Shore is fucking popping. What are you talking
That's the Miami of New York, bro.
They're right over here in Bergen County.
Have you
I
seen
don't
some
know
of
what
these
the fuck they're
drones
doing.
then?
I have not, but I have had neighbors seen them like just
Dude, you
within
live in
10 blocks. And
Bergen? Where do you,
yeah,
what city?
I live in North Jersey. My commute to Manhattan is under an hour each day.
My
But
friend
I'm
used
on
to
the
live in Bergen County. In
yeah.
like Cliffside Park in
Oh, that's
Hoboken
not
area.
that's very close to me. Yeah, I'm in I'm near Paramus,
Mm.
Oh,
which
okay.
yeah. My rentals, GP, you know this. My rentals are right by Rutgers University, which is in New Brunswick, New Jersey. I think you're familiar with that area.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's impossible to find properties out there, they say. Somehow you found one. You pretty much get what you put your mind on.
Yeah.
I like this zone where what do we call it? Bobo?
Abo?
Babo.
Yeah,
Babo.
Babo. Yeah, I like where that's at. Yeah, pretty much whatever you put your mind on is the things that you're going to acquire in life. Usually, if someone says they can't find one, they just haven't been looking long enough. I mean, you just got to keep looking, and you'll get it.
Yeah,
What is this
it's
thing?
just
The BlackRock Enhanced Equity Dividend Trust, BDJ. Have you ever heard of that one, Jeff?
No.
I got it on my list. It must not be a 30% margin or something. You have your account up?
I'm gonna open it on the computer. I was using the app to put in orders.
Because we came way down on this fund.
BD.
Yeah, BDJ. Some reason I put it in there. Oh, Biggie Y came back. That is yet to pay.
That's what I'm saying. Like, when are they gonna say when the payment is? Like, they're releasing all these funds, and it's not even on the schedule of like when we're getting paid for the Biggie fund yet.
Mm.
Like, they already added the fiat and the 5Y to Group A.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold up on those ones.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
they got
said
so many out. It's getting hard to fucking. BRF.
you said BDJ.
BDJ. Like BDK killer.
Yeah. It's 30%.
Really? What's the dividend yield? Is that 30%, huh? I like this here. What is this? Oh, that's garbage.
I just bought some of that this morning. I bought some earlier in the week too.
Yeah, I bought some on Tuesday.
I bought some like Monday. The dividend yield for this BDJ is the monthly yield is 8.4% and it pays a 6-cent dividend.
It's not bad. I mean, those are the kind of funds you can get some alpha on, meaning you can buy that fund and it'll drift higher and you'll get appreciation. You know, those funds that are in the 8 to 10 range can get it, like USA. Those are going to get appreciation, where obviously yield max in them very rarely are. So even though the yield is low, you can kind of treat it as a swing trade almost. You could trade around that, like pick it up, let it drift up, sell some, take that money, buy higher yielding shit.
Yeah.
It's a lower risk trade than, say, trading a single stock.
well, the top 10 holdings is like Microsoft, Nvidia, Amazon, Google.
Yeah.
That's USA.
Yeah. And then I just came across another one here. What is it? I have about 50 of these I track, but DIVO, DIVO, the Amplify Yield Shares, CWP Dividend Option Income. That's a new yield. Oh, it's yield shares. Look at these nice sell-offs it has. Just dumps. Let me see this one.
Hey GP, do you try to keep your tier one funds like around the same type of percentage of your portfolio, or do you just like, for example, for me, CRF and CLM are like 10-12% of my margin account.
Oh, mine are
For the
like 22 and 28.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
was
no, I
gonna
keep the yield max small. I think Jess
right,
does
right.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah, my CRF is 20%, my CLM's 19%, and my ECC 16%.
Got it.
Then
What
I
about
I
go
was
the
into
trying to
those indexes like this QQY, the XCTE, IWMY, and then GUT, USOY, and then PSEC.
yeah.
That's my top 10.
PSEC is funny. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of spread. I've been trying to spread out to like ECC, EIC, like kind of they're not even, but like those are like 7-8% of my account. Definitely 50% is in tier ones, but I was wondering if you kind of just spread it out. More funds the better, or less funds? Because I
I
think
think
I read
so. In the yield max, I think the more funds, the better.
right,
Because one, I think you got a better chance of catching a runner. I mean, we
right,
don't know which one are going to run, man. I
right.
don't think we know. I mean, look at Tesla. It was horrible, and then now
Oh,
it's like kills
Back
it.
above the 5, I think.
Right. And so I think that's the way to do yield max is,
the more
I
the
have a
better,
hard
right?
time trimming them, to be honest. And so I'm mostly just targeting adding to stage ones. I'm not really trying to trim much.
Yeah, because then you're cutting the income.
Cutting the income. I'd rather balance things by just putting new money
New
over
money, yeah.
here, right? Than you can though. I mean, if you get a real one, you got to understand they're not going to stay up. Go look at Coney. Coney, I was up like $7,000 in appreciation in Coney and watched it, come back down. So, and through that experience, I was like, man, should I have trimmed? But I'm gonna be honest, the dividends were fucking massive.
You're still getting paid on the way down.
You're getting paid, so I don't see a reason to obsess about whether your position is green or red. Like,
It's the share count.
it's a share count, and then take that money and do good shit with it. And I don't know how you factor that into your return, because people are like, oh, well, it's negative. But one time I got like $3,800 from YieldMax. I took all of it and pushed the whole thing into MPW, and I bought like 1,000 shares of this shit. And then it went from 3 something to like $6. So my dividend then doubled. So I mean that somehow that factors into your return on YieldMax. But people, I don't think, see it that way. I don't know. YieldMax is brand new, so people need to keep that in mind. We don't know what could fuck these funds up. That's why we want to keep half the money in tried and true shit. And eventually down the road, if you could just get all of your money from those anchor funds and then the other shit would just be play money, that would be beautiful. But I don't think doing that early is a good idea. Like you got 26-year-olds dripping in because I'm like, bro, you need to be going big. Not you've been dripping in your whole life. That ain't helped you.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like looking back, even my own, I've been doing it 18, 19 months now. If I could have just started with what I have now, then it would be, $500,000 or whatever now. But instead I put, I got my 30 in there and I'm just slowly, I should have just went big right off the bat. I didn't have it to do that at the time without selling shit, but I just, I mean, you got to do it slow to get used to it, right? But then once you get used to it, it's like jack it up, man. I'm practicing paper trading the TQQ. Let's see. Is that what you're trading, Ethan? The TQQ?
No, sir. I trade the Nasdaq 100.
You're doing futures.
Yeah, futures. Yes, sir.
You can show Jess futures.
Hey, you say that like I'm some type of expert.
This will be fun. I'm gonna watch you explain it to her.
I caught that big run up this morning.
Nice.
I caught let's see, the first trade I got in, I caught uh, 85 points, and the second trade was almost 200 or 300 points. So, yeah, like you said, you show up and it's free money. You know, if it's going to give
Yeah.
it to me, I'll take it.
Now, how long you been paper trading?
Probably like 2 years. I have these really
God
good.
damn, bro.
I have these really good times of like, okay, cool, I can trade live, and then I like it's like almost like a self-destruction, right? And I'm like, okay, cool. Well, then I just won't trade life. It's all good. And then it's been like it's a roller coaster trading in general, But I like to think,
So if you're trading bad, you just go back to paper trading?
yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
You don't just lower the size?
Yeah, or just lower the size.
Right.
Yeah,
You gotta stop that, bro. You just
I
need
think
to
you
lose
should stop the whole paper thing.
You gotta lose your fucking money. You need to pay a price, dude.
You're
You're
gonna have
giving
to
yourself
lose
an out.
It's when you switch to real
Well-
money, it's like starting over.
Well, and that's the thing is like, and I have traded real money, and it's just like, yeah, like you said, just going restart,
Right. But nobody cares if you lose, though.
Right.
Like,
You're supposed to.
yeah, you should lose. You're not letting yourself lose.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you gotta lose some money, bro. Your wife should be mad at you.
Absolutely.
Like I lost like 70 grand learning to trade, man, for real.
Right.
I mean, I just kept trading. If you
Dude, look at the TQ.
I know I'm actually short the SQ, which is long the Qs, right? Yeah, you can end up. Here's what happens: you end up in this pattern where it's like, oh, I'm not doing good, so rather than
like how much money did I lose the first 2 weeks, like going rogue, day trading Tesla and shit? I never went back.
And then what would I say? Like the end of the day, you need to put that money in your account.
Yeah,
Right.
just put it back. Just like transfer.
Put it back.
$700.
Yeah.
And then just lower your size is the big one. Because I think you'll be past the point of paper trading helping you. Like the whole point of paper is just to like learn to click the buttons and use them, all that shit.
Yeah, like going back to paper shouldn't be an option.
Right.
And some people think it's a mind thing. I just want to have my mind right. That's all bullshit. That's mental masturbation, dude.
Well,
Your mind is fun.
Like you said, and I think it's pretty true. Like, fuck that trade. Let's take another one.
Right. Who cares? I hope you lose.
Well, and that's like I said,
get it over with. Like I lost. Okay, fuck it. Next trade,
And that's why, like I said, when I first didn't know what I was doing, pushing one lot, I don't even know how much USD JPY that controls. Next thing I know, I'm down $200. It's like, oh wow.
That's the cool thing about shares, though, is you can just buy 10 shares and you're trading for $1.
Right.
And it's like, feel like I don't want to trade for $1. Well, bitch, make $1 every day, and then holler at me at the end of the week.
Exactly.
And people would tell you, oh, that's easy. Well, then do it.
Right.
Now I'll tell you my thing. If when I wake up, I immediately get my shit and I get ready to trade. In the first 30 minutes, almost every time I'm great.
Yep.
And you could close it then and walk, I guess. I probably need to do that more. And I was trying to think the other day, I should stop trading that thing and go day trade something different. I was thinking on that strategy rather than I don't know. I also feel like I'm still practicing, and I've been doing it 24 years. So I meet people and they're like, and I'm like, oh man, you just started. Like I got shoes over in this. Like, you need to want to practice. Podcasting, YouTube, all this stuff is like even accounting. I'm sure like you're practicing. You do fake returns, right? Did you ever do fake returns when you started?
I mean, yeah, for sure.
In school.
Yeah, probably too. Yeah, your job's checking on you.
In grad school, you do in all your classes. You gotta do. Right now I basically do projections, which GP you probably need one.
I know.
A tax projection is basically
sit with you probably.
A tax projection is basically especially for self-employed people, it's very important because every year is fucking different. You know, one year you can make 2 million, one year you can make 100 grand. So
Two
and you
million.
don't pay any taxes throughout the year. There's no fucking paycheck. Nobody's withholding taxes. So
Right.
projections are basically mock-ups of your tax return based on the information, you know, that you have. And they're basically dummy returns, so that you can make sure to have enough money come April to pay the tax, right? And I'm sure you run into that issue all the time, GP.
Yeah. If I got to pay for anything, I run into that problem. Like, because I have this bad habit of putting all my goddamn money in the market. I have no money, and they're like, "Hey, this is 800." Like, fuck. And I'm trying to like, okay, if I can't make this by Thursday, I got to sell something. You know.
The one thing I will say that helped me so much, with the primary things that I learned from the MFG, you know, got me into real estate, got me into stocks, all that stuff. But having so many different buckets where my money is sitting and hope most of the time appreciating, it gives me so much power to like pull money from my rentals and put it in the market, take money from the market and pay for
Yeah.
taxes. Like you have so many avenues. I don't rely on my, you know, my income is, you know, yeah, it's great, but you just pay my bills with it. But I can always move money around from so many different places. It's fucking amazing the power that gives you. And unfortunately, most people don't have it. And when you talk to them about it, which I'm sure you know, they start to
Oh yeah.
feel they feel self-conscious, and instead of wanting to learn how to do it, they fucking tell you, "Oh, that's, you know, you're why you're doing so much work. Put your money in the VU." I'm like, "Bro, put your money in the VU. You're going to stay the same for the rest of your life, or you got to wait till you're 70, 65, 70 to retire. Where are you I want to retire at 50, 55 the latest. That's my goal.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
trying to work till I'm 70 years old and half in the fucking casket, or more than half anyway."
And you hear me talking a lot too. Like, I mean, just from that this morning, I don't really talk about retirement a lot. I'm trying to get rich today. And I
Yeah.
think if you focus on that every day, guess what happens at retirement time? You have money. It's like, you
Well, when I
know,
say retirement, it means I don't want to fucking,
right.
you know,
Right. I
do
get,
people's shit anymore. I want to manage my assets. That's what I mean.
yeah, I definitely get what you're saying there. And I get a lot of people come to me. That's why they want to start doing this because that's a reason to get you to look around for things. I don't know that you go to trading because you hate your job. I don't know that I don't know that not liking a job will make you a good trader, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, if
I
you
think
can't
you
even
No,
need to like fucking trading, right?
yeah.
100%.
I
And then
mean,
you're
100%.
like,
because
I
yeah,
want to do
because if
this.
you
Fuck my job, Yeah.
because if you don't trade well, then you'll resent trading
Right.
for not getting
Yeah.
you out of your job that you hate.
And that's what
And
I
then
think a lot of the failure comes from. It was people who really didn't like it to begin with,
Yeah.
you know,
Well,
or
that's
the
weren't
mar-
qualified.
the market is going to sniff out your intentions at the
It
end of the
really is.
day. If you're trying to use it to make money, it will show you a thing or two.
That's why I'm
You know?
always freaked out about the 20 minutes a day, 30 minutes a day, because I like trading so much. I don't know what I would do the rest of the day. Like, there's nothing else I want to go do. I mean, there's things I like to do, obviously, but given a choice, if I could, go play this for 5, 6 hours a day, I want to. Like, I like looking for stocks. I like reading on shit. If you let me go to the beach or the fucking lake, I'm gonna take a book on stocks with me. Like, I don't need a break. Other people need a break because they don't like what they're doing.
Yeah.
And that's not everyone's gonna have that in life. I get that, but if you have it, you're blessed, man. I have to remind myself a lot through. I have problems, and I remind myself I'm pretty blessed, like to just get to do what I want to do. And even when you do what you want to do, you still have fucking problems. you know. And if you build up, this, man. If you build up any kind of assets, money, or anything, if people want your shit between the
Oh,
government, your family, friends, kids, every turn,
oh.
life, nature,
The shit I've
everyone,
seen, the shit
your
I've
money, man.
seen. I have a lot of clients. Of course, all of my clients are rich because poor people are not paying a fucking tax
right,
advisor. So
right.
the shit I've seen would shock the fuck out of you in terms of, what happens to families with money when people die. It's a fucking
It's a
disaster. I
shit
mean,
show most of the time, and
I
you
mean,
know why? Because they don't talk about it beforehand.
oh my God, it's insane. The family wars that I've seen between parents and children, brothers and sisters.
That's
It's
crazy.
it's fucking insane.
And it's
I
usually
mean,
because the parents were too fucking weak to
oh,
say the, you know,
To do it beforehand.
it's like
I
go
mean,
to
these
your
are
heroin daughter and say, look, you're not getting shit.
yeah,
Let them
these are
know
the
up
families.
ahead.
These are
Yeah,
families that own New York City. This is Manhattan real estate powerhouses. And if you knew what a mess their families are in, it's insane. I mean, their kids are just a bunch of privileged motherfuckers. It's same thing that happened to the Vanderbilts, same thing that happened to the Rockefellers, same thing that happened to all of these families that were. It's one generation that made all the money and then everybody else was entitled and spoiled and fucked everything up.
right.
Damn.
So, yeah, you're actually, a lot of people are obsessed with this shit about generational wealth to give to your kids. Fuck your kids. They need to make their own money. Your job ain't to leave them a bunch of money.
They lose it all.
Yeah,
Most of the
you're
time they lose it
right.
all. And that's why I always say people say, "Oh, I wasn't born into money." A
Good.
lot of times that's more than more of a gift than a curse. You would
It
be
is.
shocked how many more people that come from money are fucked up in all different kinds of ways. Hunter Biden is not the only one, believe me.
Right. And then I used to worry about this with my son. And I'd always tell him, bro, I'm rich. You're broke. And I would try to remind him of that. It's like, there's some kid out here in the hood, in the ghetto. He's going to outwork you because he wants it. You were born with it. So you better realize that. And
100%.
yours can install that. I would take I would take them to the property and I'd be like, I bought this in 2006. I put 18,000 down, and I'd be trying to break down how to buy houses from an early age. This is how the health insurance works. But most kids, they don't even know what their parents do, much less how money works. You know, but you gotta,
It's
that's a philosophy, right? You gotta have philosophy.
the
So
power.
Ethan just had a
The
baby.
power
Ethan,
is
you just
with
had a baby, right?
What's that?
yeah.
Oh no, your wife's pregnant, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Are you guys starting that? Oh, I gotta do generational wealth for my child. I gotta build it.
No, hey, and it's funny you say that because once again, last week or whenever,
Yeah.
everybody want to talk about generational wealth, but you
Yeah.
don't have no money, and like that's my thing is I'm not in a position to think about, their
Right.
future, you know what I
And
mean? Like
I'll get
because
some too. The reason they want to trade is they want to start a nonprofit to save the fucking leopard, whatever. And I'm like, what in the fuck does that have to do with trading? Like,
right. I think that's an activity you should
that's
decide you want to do after
philanthropy
you're
when you
already
become
rich.
a billionaire, right? Like, you got to figure out how to give it away. You're like, I love tigers. I think I'll
Right.
give it to the tigers. But you
Right.
can't start there. Like, we got to get rich first.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. And so I think in their head, it's like an excuse. They're already giving it away before they made it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to be fucking greedy. Keep that shit. I'm not giving it to my kids. Now, I'm telling you, if you go with this philosophy, your kids will get more because your kids are going to grow up and be responsible. They're going to be good adults, and you're probably going to leave them the money.
Right.
But if you're like, oh, I'm just going to leave it to them, even if they're shitheads, I'm going to equally. That's another thing that poor people do. They give equally to all children. Rich people don't do that. They tend to, maybe Ben has different experience, but they tend to know which child is the best at doing this or this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen families worth $20 million leave 95% of it to one child and
Yeah.
basically zero to another.
Yeah.
Not even the 5%. They were getting a salary
Yeah.
because they were drug addicts living in
Right.
Vegas and
They're going to ruin their legacy,
And
or they'll
so
ruin the business. I mean,
they gave them enough money just to like survive, and they probably injected most of it and ended up. By the way, they ended up dead. So the parents
yeah.
are smarter than anything else, but
Yeah, you
you
don't owe
more
them anything, and you definitely don't owe it to split it evenly with your dipshit children. You don't owe that.
Well, and that's a good point about that. Like my uncle passed away in January, and he had a bunch of money. He was, I don't know where he was going to leave it, but my
You
aunt
obviously weren't close enough. You should have been his best friend.
no, what I was going to say is my aunt went as far as like essentially cutting the percentage that said parties were going to get buy radical amounts and give it to me and my brother instead.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because they grew
That's
up,
what's up.
you know, they grew up welfare dad, didn't want to work, you know, and they all turned out okay. They think, but like my aunt said, she thinks that by giving the money to me and my brother, the dad's not going to come to me or my brother and try to get it where like he would from his own kids, you know. And she was like,
Oh, she was trying to protect.
yeah, essentially protect the money, protect the kid, protect everybody involved, because she knew if he ended up with it, you know, like Ben was saying, it would be a typical, you know, they would end up exactly like everybody else. And we're not talking about a radical sum of money either, but yeah, I mean,
Right.
people come into money and they do all kinds of goofy shit, you know. And I'm over here, I felt the opposite. I almost was like, it feels dirty profiting from, or what I feel like profiting from somebody's death, you know. But if it's their wish, then so be it. But yeah, I don't know. And then you hear about Dateline, people taking, you know, taking life insurance policies out, and it's like, come on, man.
What'd you do with that money?
Oh, I haven't even gotten it yet. I can't get it till next year, and it's got to be distributed, like broken up year by year or something like that. I don't even
Why?
know the extent.
So set it aside. Set it aside for MFG Capital. Ethan.
Oh, exactly. Well, and that's like when I found the second income stream. I'm like, shoot, I'm about to put 40% of my paycheck in this. You know, put all my overtime in this. You know, and
I would caution you on your view there. You said it was like, would you say it was dirty money? You felt like it was bad because you got it free?
No, like my whole mindset is like, I thought very highly of my uncle, and as you do, a family as a whole, and it just felt like for me to end up with money, like it was a privilege in a sense that it's like, okay, cool, if you're going to give it to me, you know, it's going to go to a good use. That's fine. Yeah. But here I am grieving my uncle, and it's like, oh, and you're going to get a check. It's like, man, I'm not trying to hear about a check right now, you know?
Right.
But
I'd be hearing about the check and grieving.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, hey, if you're going to give it to me, I'll take it, you know?
Right.
But,
and I've coached guys where I had one, the worst one I've seen is he's a blue collar guy, and a lot of people put pride in that. I want to earn every dollar myself. Blah, 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 blah. What that does is keep you poor, because it limits your mind that you could just come into abundance from anywhere. And if you have in your mind, you have to work really hard for every penny, you'll never get wealthy.
Right.
Because the richest people don't work that much.
Yep.
You know that. I mean, once they get going, I mean, obviously in the beginning you do, but this guy had done, you know, he's making 60, 70,000 a year, making decent living, a young man. Well, his new bride, she had a really nice car. You know, her parents had bought it for her. He's not thinking much about that. Well, dad buys her a brand new fucking $100,000 car every 2 years.
Oh, God.
And then he takes that and gives them to the employees. Well, he had a problem with this. He didn't want her to do that. He didn't want that because they didn't pay for it.
Right.
And so I'm listening to this and I'm like, are you fucking selfish enough, bro? You think this is about you? How the fuck you turned her dad's success into you?
Right.
He's rich because he did everything he was supposed to do. He started a business. He kept his money. And now he can't spend it on his daughter because of your fucking ego?
Pride and good intentions.
He had never looked at it that way. And I'm like, you got to be one of the most selfish fucking men I have ever met. You're going to keep your wife out of a wonderful car as a gift from her fucking father because you grew up poor and you're blue collar and you have some fucking pride around this. I would leave you. He had never thought of it that way. I was like, God, bro. So, and then he wanted to give this dude money, the dad's getting older. He's got like 20 fucking million. This guy doesn't want to take it. And I'm like, who are you to judge this father being able to? So if you get rich, you're not going to give your daughter money. Well, that would be different, you know? And I'm like, this man has every right to give his daughter money just because your pea brain can't accept it.
Right.
It really pissed me off because that is all ego and all selfishness.
Yeah.
I have to earn it. Me. It ain't even about you, bro. So what he should have been doing is going to the father-in-law saying, hey, man, what do I got to do to be a man like you? How do I get where I can do that for my daughter? And what can I do to help you? And how can I grow this money? instead of worrying about your fucking ego. Because I think money comes easily. I think I can just bump into 20 million tomorrow. Like, I think you need to think like that. And then if I get 20, I'm gonna turn it into 100.
Absolutely.
Right. And I think that you got to think like that, man. And you still want to work hard, obviously. Like, that's a no-brainer. Not
Yeah,
everybody can work.
I love that audio book that you shared with us from Wallace Waddles, the How to Get What You Want one.
Mm-hmm.
That one simplified a lot of it. It's like you always say your modern version is you have to work with what you have and right now to get where you want to go. And it's uh, it was really good. It was only 25 minutes. I recommend everybody look at that. The How to Get What You Want video.
Yeah, that's a good one. A lot of people's money problems is hang up in their mind, dude, about the way they see money, you know? And I always just try to see everything as I'm a king, this is my kingdom, and how should I act? And, you
It's
know,
always an excuse though. If you
uh,
notice, it's always to make an excuse about something, to blame somebody else for you being in a position that you're not comfortable in.
right.
When I tell people, "Oh, I'm buying Pfizer, Merck," they're like, "Oh, you're buying these fucking corporate pharmacy." I'm like, "Yeah, because at the end of the day, everybody needs these pharmaceutical companies." All of a sudden, those people that say pharma is the evil, the evil.
Yeah, when you're in your
Yeah,
20s, you can do that until you're dying of cancer, and then you're
yeah.
going to want their drugs.
It's all of these broke ass people
Yeah,
that it's like, yeah, if you would buy some of these, maybe you wouldn't be so fucking broke. If your
yeah,
father bought 100 shares of Merck in 1950, I bet you'd be in a much better position than you are now. By the way, this is coming from somebody that I'm probably the first person in my entire family that's ever owned a stock. I mean, nobody in my family ever a stock of anything. I mean, doesn't exist. I'm first generation American over here, so it's not like I'm talking from a
man.
superior place. It's just
I'm happy I
yeah,
played a part in that. That's cool, man.
100%. And GP, you talk about this. I don't know if I feel like you have spoken about this, but for most of the people that I was raised by, of course, I love them. Of course, they did their
Oh, yeah.
best, but you learn what not to be, how not to act rather than how to act. You learn what not to do rather than what to do, and that's almost as important as learning. From you, I learned what to do. From a lot of other people, you learn what not to do, and that's almost as valuable, I would say.
Yeah. You remember when we were in New York? Man, he'd been drinking. You had a few more than I did. I think you started before I got there. And we went outside. He's like, "Hey, man, let me talk." He goes, "Man, this money flow shit's bigger than stocks." You remember that?
100%.
Yeah, you were like, "Man, no,
100%.
it's like your life. You go through things."
I
I'm
see,
like,
I
like,
see
"Yeah,
it
I know, bro.
everywhere.
I wrote
I
it."
literally see it everywhere
Yeah,
in my marriage, with my family relationships, with my friends.
yeah,
Sometimes the shit is fucking stage 4 decline,
yeah.
and then sometimes you're fucking breaking out, and that's just life. I say all the time, you gotta wear an athletic cup every day because you're gonna get kicked in the balls. Something's
Right.
kicking you in the balls today. You know what I
Just
mean?
expect it and
What
keep
is
going.
what is it? The boss, the wife, the kids? What's kicking you in the nuts? And that goes for the women too.
Yeah, it is.
Metaphorical balls.
Yeah, I always phrase that as that they're trying to take my shit, but it's the same thing. Like every day you wake up, something is broken, missing, lost, stolen, fucking yo this, yo that. Especially you get like I have 17 properties, bro. Every day is a fucking problem.
I have two, and every day's a problem. So I don't want
Yeah.
to know your problem. You keep your problems to yourself.
Well, and luckily, my wife handles that, and a lot of times, just like I don't even want to hear it because, like, she does it, she deals with it, she takes up that brain space, and then I have shit that I take up brain space for, so she doesn't have to. And you do it
I,
as a family. I mean,
do,
if your spouse is not on board, get a new one. Like,
oh, do
yeah,
you guys have do you use boiler systems
no,
for
that's a
your
New
heat?
York thing, man. We use water
Okay,
heaters.
okay.
Yeah, Jess had one not
So
working for a minute.
I
Was
mean,
it
the
like
boiler
a
goes out in this area, in my area. You're out 8,500 to 10 grand just to get that
10
shit done.
grand? I
8,500 to 10 grand,
be taking a
depending
lot of
on
cold showers.
yeah. Yeah.
Dude, per
Well,
per
that's for
unit, or does that service both units?
well, that's the whole house. That's the whole house. But the boiler is for the heating system, right? So
Right.
you have you have most of our boilers in the tri-state. Well, at least in New York and New Jersey, are steam. The old school ones are steam boilers. My house was built in like 1890. This is
Nice.
like this is a relic of a house. So they before heating even existed, a lot of these houses had oil tanks back in the day to
This
heat,
is
oil
1802 that
heat.
I'm in.
Yeah. Oh wow. All right. So I thought I was old. My house was old, but anyway, yeah. These steam systems, 8,500 to replace. They need all crazy plumbing and piping and all this shit. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you see my walls behind me. It's just open, exposed brick. Just early 1900s, 1890 to 1910 brick in New York.
Right. Right.
Yeah, and these are old. I went to New York, and those were old houses, but they were like 1900. This is 1802. Like, it's pretty goddamn old.
Yeah.
It's 200 and it's a lot. That's really old. Nothing works right. There was no AC. There was no fucking plumbing. Like, all this has been added after.
It's hard to do construction in New Orleans because everything is so fucking tight there too. Everything's on top of each other.
Yeah, well, it's one reason I like it. I don't do shit as far as construction anymore, because I don't know how to fuck with bricks, and I don't want to learn. At this age, I don't want to learn. I got enough to put with fucking social, trying to figure social out. I got a kid today I was talking to about doing some video editing for me. A lot of people do it. And I say, yeah, start doing it and send me the videos. And they never do that.
You watch MSTR is moving pretty nicely today. It looks like it's trying to get back into the box.
Yeah. That one's been a fucking mind fuck too, huh? We're doing MSTX, and it's like, Jesus, dude, it moves so volatile.
I bring it up. I closed my position yesterday. I had it on in margin because I thought it was a tough guy. I'm like, let me throw 2% at this MSTX. But
yeah, and you know what? That was the right move to make. Honestly, you may look back and go, "Oh, I shouldn't have done that."
Because if it went down today, you would have been glad you closed it.
Right. So sometimes when you do margin, I mean, Justin talked about this a lot. I'm like, you have to be able to cut shit and not be upset about it. You're trying to protect the dividends. That's it.
Yeah. How many times have I got in and out of MSTX on my margin account?
That's the way to handle
3
it.
weeks.
Because once it runs, you're going to make up for all that shit. We know that. But you're, in the second income stream, the balance doesn't matter. People are worried about the balance. It's like a rental property. Okay, what's it worth? Who gives a fuck? What's the rent? Right? Unless you're selling it, it doesn't matter. Matter of fact, you want houses cheaper, I thought. So you want stocks that cheaper, right? So the balance doesn't matter. Now, it's nice to look at your screen and see shit like, oh man, every stage one I bought it. Now it's up here. That looks cool.
In trading,
and it feels smart. Yeah, in trading. But in second income stream, you need to worry about available withdrawal, estimated income, and that available withdrawal is against your balance. And I like to keep it about 30%. Mine's running hotter right now, but I'm willing to cut shit if I need to. The good thing about that MSTX, taking that in even though it's 100% margin, any money you make on that, which could be astronomical, when you roll it out of that, it's going to buy you 3-to-1. So you're buying a 3-to-1 or 2-to-1 leveraged product that once you take the profit will pay you 3-to-1.
Right.
If you look at it that way. So if you make $5,000 or $2,000 on the trade, and you roll it into CLM, you can actually buy $6,000 or $8,000 of it.
It's probably better. It's 100% margin for everyone.
That's what I was saying. I was actually making a case that putting some things that are 100% margin will actually get you more money for margin.
100%.
I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking on that, but
my plan on that was if I was slightly profitable on that, which I'll gladly get back in if it sets up again. But my plan on that was to take any profits from that trade and roll it into MSTY, so I don't have to use my own funds. That was my plan on that, because that one pays a nice dividend too, right?
Yep. And then what did Mike Tyson say? Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face.
Yeah, 100%.
And your plans change.
My plans change, exactly.
Yeah, and we've been going back and forth with that because the moves are so goddamn big in that thing. It's like, 1 minute you're like, oh, I'm gonna get out. Then a little while later you're like, dude, why didn't I buy more?
It's like XLV. It's like XLV right now. I think Jess, you were in this trade with me in the Cure trade.
Mm-hmm.
This one had set up nicely. Then it fucking sank.
One
So
against us.
I cut it. Now then it pulled back up. Now it's right back to previous support zone. You know, the XLV at 138. It's right there. The RSI is extreme. You know,
Yeah, look
figure
at Cure, right?
we give
Cure.
that a few more candles. That one's good to go for a trade, in my view. If you look at that previous support zone.
Yeah, and if it gets above the 5, I might jump it on half the position. Like, go ahead and take some.
Yeah,
And the reason I remember I always talk about I borrow one, like borrowing a card,
right.
but because it has stopped here before. So as far as I'm concerned, that gives me I borrow a bar. So I got an anchor point, 1 bar. It's above the 5. I would buy some, and if it came back down in here, I'd just wait again. Let it kind of keep going sideways. Because everything else is lining up. You got total confluence. You got everything but price being above, or but having 4 bars. I like it.
This one is mostly fear driven with but the problem is with this one you got to be willing to hold on to it a little bit, I think, because it's really waiting on the next administration to come through. This is all Trump fear and RFK
Right.
and all that shit, which I think you guys have spoken about.
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna just be volatile until that, until the new administration comes in. But at the end of the day, I mean, these companies aren't going anywhere. Merck, Pfizer, AbbVie, they're not going anywhere.
Where is Pepsi? Let's see.
Pepsi,
Yeah.
I watched that. That one's
The last time the Feds talked, I thought I was set up for the trade right. It went opposite of me, and I just couldn't believe it. And then the same thing happened this time. I was picking up all these consumer staples as swing trades. Dow, Pepsi, Kraft, Campbell's. And I'm shocked they're not going up, man.
I mean, see, Chevron's giving us another shot. It pulled back stopped right at previous lows.
Right where it stopped before, where we got
right
the trade
there,
last time.
right there. We need to wait a few more days, but that's gonna be a trade of the week. I'm looking for that one next week, maybe the week after.
Because the dividend yield on Chevron is much higher than Exxon, ain't it?
Oh, it's
Yeah.
4.6.
It's one of the dogs.
Yeah.
4.6%. At this price, it's 4.59%. So that's nice. RSI is extreme.
It's undervalued.
Look at this one. Look at COP. I was saying though, right in here, because look at that support right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the XLE's just been pointing straight down.
I got caught. I got stuck in oil U, but I figure I'm riding that one down.
I'm stuck in it with you, bro. And
I'm riding it down because if anything, I'm looking to add. I mean,
I took some off up here, but I fucked around and found out I didn't close it on this. And then I was like, let me give it a day, and then you're like, let me give it one more day, and then next thing you know, you're at 25. But like you said, I'm ready to load this bitch up. It's under the 200. It's fucking oil. I promise you, it's going up. When? I don't know. And that 200 could come down in a bit. I mean, I lost a lot of followers with trying to throughout the years with oil. I used to have this one guy would come on and say, if I wouldn't have listened to GP, I could have bought a Ferrari.
Oh my God.
Because he was buying Exxon. And then he was like, the only thing that would make this stop is if I cut my penis off. And he started getting worse. Do you remember this guy?
I remember him. I
started showing him on my story. And then he was like, toward the end, he was like, I guess I'm going to have to commit suicide. Now, I didn't post those. I was like, okay, bro. And then that was the bottom. And I always wonder, like when it went to 110 from 25, I never heard from the guy.
But these are the same trades that make a lot of money too.
And then got out. Like,
how many times have we successfully traded Gush, ERX, UTL? How many times have we successfully traded these things?
Those are no brainers, right? Like if you get stuck in Gush, you could trade your way out of it. Wait, add some, let it run up, trim some. You can just sit there and trade your way out. Like utilities, UTSL.
UTSL is my favorite fucking trading rate. It's literally my favorite. I mean,
no brainer.
every time you say I'm backing up the truck on UTSL,
Yeah.
it's a fucking win. I
I
mean,
wish
I've
we
never
could day
lost.
trade that bitch. I wish it had enough volume. At the end of the day, you own utility companies. Like, how bad
Yeah.
is it going to get? If we don't have fucking electricity, it's over anyway. So it is definitely one of those ones, and it pays a dividend. So I've been buying it in my margin account when it's underneath the 200, but that hasn't happened in a while.
Yeah, it's been killing it actually. This year utilities have been good. They just had a slight pullback, but utilities have
Amazing.
been hot.
They were saying part of that play was on Bitcoin being legalized, that all the power you would need. And I'm like, okay, so I thought it was a negative. Now it's a positive.
Energy needs are going up. They don't stop going up. There's nothing with AI and
It's
all
like
the fuck
medical,
these.
right? There's no end
It
to it.
is. And we just don't. We also don't have enough. We don't have enough energy. Like our grid doesn't have enough. They need to do. That's where the nuclear. Hopefully, the nuclear stuff gets developed pretty quickly because we need that.
Ethan, where are you from?
St. Louis.
Missouri?
Yes, sir.
Damn, ain't Nelly from there?
Yeah, his
Yep.
That's
probably
Mission
like
Most.
probably like 40 minutes from my house is where he lived or
You ever
grew
see
up.
him? You ever holler at him?
No,
You do,
no,
let him
not.
know, man. What's up,
Yeah,
MFG? MFG, baby.
hey, if I see him, I'll let him know.
That's what I do
Yeah,
all my gangbanger friends.
I was telling a guy at work about the second income stream. I'm like, look at this shit, and oh, but it's margin. I know some my brother's sister's cousin's cat got cooked by margin. I'm like, you
Right,
know
because
what?
he was a fucking dipshit like you.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, man, don't even worry about it.
Yeah,
And then
and it is risky. It is, and I used to tell people don't use margin because most people trading on margin will blow out. You know that.
right.
But if we don't trade stocks, and
Well,
we
and
don't,
I feel like you lay it, and I mean, I know this is gonna brush your ego, but I feel
yeah,
like
I
you
need that
lay
though.
it out in such a way
Yeah,
that, like,
seems like you would
tier
get it right.
like tier one's 50%, no brainer.
Yeah,
Tier
no
two's
brainer.
30%, no brainer. Tier three's 20%, no brainer. And then you go as far as giving people all of the tier ones, all of the tier twos, all of the tier threes. And like I just went and separated them. Cool, by tier. And then you follow the money flow to get them into the portfolio, or like I think you say just deploy 50% of the account right away. But yeah, I mean, there was no part of that was like, are we going to get a rocket to the moon here? It just makes sense. I love it. I love it. So that's
See
why
how
when
he understood it, Jess?
Yeah,
I have
exactly.
so many people. They've been with me 2 or 3 years, and they're like, I don't get it, man. And it's like,
I
are you
mean,
serious right now, dude? Did you actually watch and listen?
yeah.
Like you actually studied,
Yeah.
and maybe you're too stupid.
And it's like I think just applying yourself just ever so slightly, you'd be surprised.
Every day, right? Just look at
Yeah.
it and study it every. That's why on the emails we're sending out for that, I think it would help people if they're on it, because I'm trying to make those videos more mindset and overview than like buy this at this price.
Right. Well,
Once you get your mind around it, it's easy.
And I was thinking and this is once again speculation, but I think it's easy to see your portfolio or like even Jess's generate 20,000 or 106,000 respectively, and I put my $2,000 in and maybe my income right now is $700. It's like, well, you just increased your income by $700, right? Now go do it again. Right. And then your income might be $1,000 and then 1,200. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what part about that isn't addicting. Just that right there. Like, okay, cool. Yeah. I just increased my income by $700.
No, it's crazy fucking addicting. Like, I mean, to me it is. That's
But
all
like
I think about.
but if you have the wrong mindset, it's he has 160,000 in his account, or
Right.
I don't have
Yeah.
160,000. Go get 160 grand then. You know what I mean?
Right. It's not that difficult. Like if you really, really want it. I mean, you think about it in our own lives. Everything you've ever wanted, you got.
Yeah.
You wanted a car, you got a car. You wanted a wife, well, here you go. You got you one. Right? You wanted a dog, you found a dog. I mean, what have you done in life that you really, if you just kept thinking about it and doing it and thinking about it and doing it, you didn't get?
I don't
The
know.
things you didn't get, you probably just didn't spend that much goddamn time on it.
Yeah.
You know, like I like to play guitar. I got like 50 of them at my house. How'd that happen? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, and some of them are shitty, but then as you get better, some are good. And it's like, so if you just think about it, you're going to get it, man. I believe that with all my heart. Whatever you think about comes about.
Yeah.
You know
But
what?
if you-
Since you mentioned that, GP, we haven't seen you shred in quite a while. You used to shred every once in a while. What
I
happened
know,
to that?
man. My phones are, you know, bro. I know. I hate to say this. I sound like a little bitch, but I'm getting old. Like,
Oh,
you know,
man, the
like it
fuck
hurt.
up, GP.
Yeah, I know. At some point, though, it's like, no, my leg actually doesn't work. I can't do that. You know, it's like, I think I said that in the video. When you're in your late 30s or 40s, you're probably being a little bitch when you bring age up. But when you start getting like 60, it's like a real thing. Like, age is
100%.
it's really kicking your ass. I do try to fight it, and every once in a while, I'll catch myself whining, and I'll be like, dude, you little bitch. And so whenever I meet a 40-year-old and I'm out doing them, I feel better.
I'm 35. I bitch all the time. My back is
Yeah.
broken. I fucked my brother got married on Wednesday, and
Oh, cool.
he weighs like 200 and I want to say like 230 pounds easily.
Muscle?
He's like 6'3". He's
You're
pretty
muscled up.
jacked.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
jacked, but nah, not anymore. I got dad bod going on. But either way, I picked him up. I picked him up on I picked him up on my shoulders at his wedding, and I started dancing with him. And the next day, dude, I can't now. I just can't even fucking move. My back is shot,
Oh my
and I'm sitting over
God.
here.
You thought,
My
yeah, I think I'll pick up a 260-pound man and just dance with him. What can go
yeah.
wrong? See,
Well, it
that's what
wasn't
happens
only
when you get
me.
my age. Then everything you're looking at, you're like, I don't know, man, that's over 20 pounds, bro. Why don't you grab that? You know? Because I
There
know
was
any day could be my day that something breaks.
my good friend Mr. Tito's was involved, so you know I had that
Yeah.
that Tito
Little
strength
drinking.
in me, you
Yeah,
know.
you have
Yeah.
that liquid courage.
Liquid courage.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You're
man.
invincible.
How long you been in the MFG, Ben?
I've been in since May 2020. I think like within a month or two of when you started it, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, bro. You've been since the jump.
Maybe April of 2020. Right when shit hit the fan, that's when I'm like, this is the time to take 100 grand and put it into the market, you know?
Right. But Ethan's not in the Discord. He's not in our MFG.
I am now.
Is he wearing the brand? Oh, did you get it? Okay, yeah, you did the founder thing, so they
Yeah,
put you in
you
for a
were.
minute.
Hey, I wanted to apologize for that, man, because I feel like I wasn't trying to make you look bad, you know, and say, hey, you sent me the wrong thing. But
Yeah, I love when people do that. Hey, gee, you fucked up, man. I got my book in it. They're like, you know, it could be someone that works for me, right? Like they're supposed to send it and they fucked it up, and all they're talking about is my fuck ups in the comments. It's like, sometimes like it's not even your fault. Like you're just mentioning something, but sometimes, and I was fucking with you then, but sometimes I'll have my 50th complaint.
Yeah.
You know, as I'm going live, and I'm like, all right, motherfucker.
Right.
And it may just be that one guy, and then I spend the next hour going off on people.
Well, it's like at the end of the day, it's like we can shut this motherfucker off right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I was like, I done did it. I'm not even on the stream yet, and he's already cussing me.
Yeah. I have people. Some people have a hard time with that too. They're like, "Man, why were you talking to me like that?" And I was like, what?
No.
And I go, because you're a little bitch, dude. It goes on vacation too much.
That's what I told my wife. I said, I done did it already.
Yeah.
And then he said, oh, I see what I did. I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like when you borrow money to go to your fucking wedding in Paris and you don't have it and you put it on credit cards, I don't have nice things to say.
Right.
I think you're an idiot. And I think if men would just tell another man that, like if you're older and you're talking to him, it's like, hey, don't be a dipshit, dude. Get your shit together. You got a wife here. You're supposed to be taking care of her, not putting her in debt.
Yep.
You know, like you have a responsibility. Women too. It's both ways. I tend to speak from the male perspective, but it's you know, I was raised by a single mom. Women have a responsibility. They can't just put their head down and go, I don't know, whatever he wants to do. You can't do that. Your husband could be a dipshit. You know, it does take two people to run a family and to run a household. And especially in my household, man, I got 140 stocks. I got fucking 17 houses. Everyone around me is doing work or making money, or you got to go.
Right.
I mean, even kids. I had my kids working early. I'm not a big believer in though you got to teach your kids lessons about hard work. I'm not in all that because I believe in teaching lessons of easy, fast money too. If your kid can trade stocks, he can make money fast at home. You know, so you know, people like I don't want my kid playing video games. Why? Why not? Let him play a little bit. He just don't need to be playing when he's an adult. He needs to be fucking working. You know,
There
let him
are
try whatever.
children. There are children that literally have YouTube channels about reviewing toys that make millions of dollars a
Millions.
year.
Now,
There's fucking money.
my
There's
mom would have
money
said
everywhere.
no. My mom would have said no.
There's
You can't do
8-year-olds
that.
on YouTube richer than us
Right.
doing toy reviews.
Ethan has a 16-year-old friend, that Beverly Hills brat girl. She was making $500,000 a year. I'm hanging out with her. She's 16. Like she's loaning her mom money.
The traditional shit of like just go to school, pick a profession, and that's it is fucking. It's
But
all bullshit.
people would talk shit about this girl online. Like they were just talking shit about her. But when I was with her, every fucking moment she's working. Like most of the adults I know did not have her work ethic.
I'm technically working right now.
Right, exactly.
And
if she was having fun, she's snapping a picture for fucking social. If she's pissed, she's snapping a picture talking about it or doing a video. Like everything is work. Just like in our life right now, everything. When we saw those drones, our first thought should have been, what drone stocks are we in?
Yeah.
Not fucking rabbit holes about conspiracies from wherever. So I got stock people worried about Chinese conspiracies, but they don't have any stock picks. And it's like everything is a stock, bro. Everything you see. When I open this door, there's stocks everywhere. And you know, I do. The universe will just give you things. Like
speaking of which, LMT's RSI is very extreme right now. I know you guys have been on that, but I've been watching that one. It's still a stage 4, but we need to keep an eye on that.
Yeah, for sure we are.
You remember what was the one H&R Block? Were you in H&R Block with us? Do you remember that one, Ben?
Yes, I remember. You were drunk in a parking lot.
I was drunk in a parking lot.
You saw H&R Block, and you said, "You know what? It's tax time. Let's put some money in H&R Block."
Yeah, and I looked at the chart and I go, "It's a goddamn perfect stage 1." And this is all going on while my wife's in the store because I was intoxicated. And I'm going on Morningstar, and I literally woke up and there's the sign. Now, you could look at that and then go, I would love tacos. Like you're thinking about yourself. Or you could see this giant fucking lit up sign that maybe is God telling you buy H&R Block. So I assume everything is money and everything is him looking out for me.
Yeah, everything's a sign.
Everything's a sign.
I got to stop talking because I used to tell my wife all the time, you know, every time we pass by like a Wells Fargo or JP Morgan, I'm like, we own some of that. We own Starbucks. And now she throws it back at me. She's like, I'm about to go make you some money. I'm going to go to Starbucks. Spend some. So I got to start keeping my mouth shut. But this shit is everywhere. I do the same thing. I went to Maggiano's, which is like an Italian chain, kind of like Cheesecake Factory, but Italian. And then I'm like, I'm sure this is owned by something. So of course it's owned by Brinker International, which is ticker EAT. It wasn't set up. But it's really, I mean, it's at all-time highs right now, but it's a really good company. They got a lot going on. So that's how I get shit on my watch list too. I learned that from you.
Absolutely. Everywhere you go, man. I also play the game when I'm in there. Would I buy this business? You know, so when I'm in there, I start watching everything. Like, how do they take the money? What kind of credit card processor are they using? Like, I'll actually look to see what the name on the thing that you're running your card on. Is it iPay or Pay Systems? Now, be honest. You ever do that, Jess?
Well, now because of you, but not before I met you.
Not before. Most people are so in their own head they can't. If money came to them, they couldn't pick it up, man. Because they're worried about. I mean, think about the shit you normally think in your brain. If you have to force it to go to stocks and money, and then after a while, it'll do it naturally. I mean, I walk in a bar, I instantly ask, I wonder what this building costs. I wonder, and but by the time I leave, I've done an evaluation on the business. Are there any stocks in here? And I'm leaving, you know. But you can do that shit fast when you do it all the time. It's the same with social. Be like, I don't have time for social. No, you have time. You just don't know how to do it fast. You know, if I do it fast. I do it as I'm going about my day. You know, so
And
all
you
these
don't
things,
even have to be 100% right. You could do it like a
right?
zestimate, right? Like a zestimate.
Right. I'm just practicing deals, and then every once in a while you come across a property, man. That's how this shit works, man. Well, I won't hold you guys forever. I do appreciate everyone coming on. It's fun to get MFGers, and even our newest MFGer,
Yes, sir.
Ethan. So
Yeah, I
we're
appreciate.
gonna keep an eye on your ass because you probably don't know much right now. So we're gonna have to watch you.
Hey, I'm working on it.
That's
I'm
okay
working
though,
on it.
man. I don't know shit either, so we're all learning.
Hey,
So
if you don't know shit, GP, I really don't know shit. So I don't
right.
want to hear that.
You always want to remember that nobody knows shit at the end of the day. Really, nobody knows. So, you know, be careful thinking you do. You know, but you're coming to New Orleans next week, huh?
Yes, sir, I am. I'm leaving here Thursday, and I'll be there till Sunday.
Cool. I'll give you and the wife some restaurant picks if you want to take her somewhere nice.
Alrighty.
Are you
DP,
staying in the quarter?
raise your Bitcoin.
What's that now?
You got your Bitcoin. You still got this thing. Remember?
Oh yeah, I don't
Yeah, I
Remember
have,
got
when we
like
were
2 or
buying this?
3.
I don't have. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I always have this chilling on my desk.
Yeah. And when I travel, you know, I take one, and then I'll ask people if they have one.
And I got my right on top of my thing. I got my 10 pillars of success.
Oh
Okay.
wow, that's
Nice.
awesome.
Yeah, I framed 10 pillars of
Nice.
success
That's
right
beautiful.
on top of my trading station.
That could
Yeah,
have something to do with success, like obligating it. You know, I used to use that phrase all the time. I obligate your success. Just have shit like, you know, you have to. Remember they used to teach that for gym and shit, like have your shoes right there or have your clothes ready to go, right? Like there's no excuses. Everything's ready.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, I read those, and whenever I get frustrated or I don't feel like I'm doing right or I'm not making the right decisions, I'll go back. 3 keys to successful life: health, wealth, and finance. Which one am I fucking up on? It's always one of them. If I'm killing it with the money, I'm probably skipping the gym. Something is one of those 3 I probably need some help in, right? And then I go to the 10 pillars and see, is one of these I'm fucking up on? And then I go to the 9 thoughts on getting rich. And usually you can solve your problem you're having. You know, you're drifting or you're just thinking about the wrong shit. You know, like I was going goalless for a long time after I hit on my, but now I have a whole bunch of new dreams and goals, and some of them are just outlandish. Like they're just ridiculous. Like I want a driver, like on Robin Big, you know, and I'm gonna teach this guy. I want him to be out of prison though, just a big mean motherfucker. And then like I work with that. That's a crazy goal, obviously. Like it doesn't even make sense. But why have it if it makes sense and it's easy, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's no reason to have it. I want to lose 10 pounds. That's not a fucking goal.
Right, lose
Just
100.
don't eat much, man. Yeah, 100
Yeah.
fucking pounds is a goal. 10 pounds is you just fucking don't eat a lot and exercise. Come on.
Yeah, do the starvation diet for a week.
Yeah. I want to save $100 a week. That ain't a goal, man. The goal is $1,000 a week. And you're like, well, I don't have it. I know. That's why it's a fucking goal. Like, we got to figure it out, man. It can't be easy. I try to invest $9,000 a month. I know that sounds absurd, but I also count my own time as investing. So if I go over and paint a house and I save $3,000, I put $3,000 into an investment. So when I say 9, it's not always cash. It's sometimes cash equivalent. You know, me doing other things.
Sweat equity.
Yeah, I like
But
that.
equity is a real thing for sure. And so, you know, I'm always trying to hit my 9,000 a month, man. And it looks a lot of different ways. You know, even now I'm still investing 9,000 a month. You know, do the carnivore diet and you'll lose weight. Right. That's what I'm saying. Most things are simple. Like you want to get better at trading, fucking trade. That's it. You don't need meditation. You need to fucking execute trades over and over and over. Pretty simple. Hey, man, I appreciate you guys coming on, Ben.
Yeah, thank you,
Appreciate
GP.
you
I
guys.
appreciate
Thank you
it.
for
Yeah, thank
having
you guys
us.
for coming on.
Thank you,
Yep.
guys.
I'm gonna let you guys go. That was fun, huh, Jess?
Yeah, it was fun.
To get different people. Maybe we can schedule them. They can let us know, and that way it's not spur of the moment, and they can as we're looking at some charts, they
If
can
they
tell us
cancel,
about.
will you freak out?
No, I won't freak out. That was one of the things I need is someone to set up times for people to be on podcasts and things, and it's tough for me to do it. I'm just constantly pissed because
That's what I'm
people do.
saying.
Yeah, so I can't do it. Everyone would be dead to me, you know. So I have to have someone else doing that. I was trying to get Deanne to do it. I just can't keep her on it. She can't even remember to do the news every day. So
I mean, you got to remind her, dude. You're in
I
charge.
got to remind everyone that works around me to do their fucking job. Like, no, who's reminding me?
You're in charge.
Yeah, I guess there's that. But then when I
thought
say
you
that,
wanted to
people
be in
get
charge.
mad. But when I say I'm in charge, nobody likes that. That's life, right? That's how life goes. Being in charge is not easy. Being a 10-foot tall, bulletproof, badass motherfucker is not easy.
I mean, I know you're in charge.
Right. But you know that. You work with me. It's not easy.
Hmm?
And working with you is definitely not easy.
Yeah, you're the psycho, dude.
So are you. Which is why we get along great at work. We don't get mad at each other when we flip out. Because we flip out. That happens. I flip out a lot. But Tim is right. Heavy is the crown. I used to talk a lot about that. It is a giant pain in the ass. You know, I get tired of telling everyone at 250 to shut the fuck up, stop talking to me. It's the same time every fucking day of the last 20 fucking years. And it's 250. So what do you think I'm going to say to you? But you would, you know what I mean? But as a trader, these are the things you got to deal with. You're going to be aggravated. You're going to have kids calling. Your dogs are going to want to go outside. And you take your dogs out and you lose $400 in a trade. I mean, these are real things, man. They really are. You got one stock pick that you like, or we're buying everything, right? Everything above.
I mean, I basically bought everything in my margin account, but I kind of like Cart and Uber.
My man said, that's the reason I tell you when I first came in the room that I love your energy. And I've had to kind of tone mine down a little bit because I was getting fucking blocked on everything.
Yeah,
For
your
hate
voice
speech.
was like rattling TikTok. They didn't like it. They didn't like the tone of your voice.
I'm fixing to get a haircut. I'm thinking about shaving it off. Sinead O'Connor going bald, baby. I'm gonna get a.
Are you just pulling a
Jeep.
Britney or like low key?
No,
When
Watson,
men do something drastic to their hair, they're having some mental thing down there in their head.
I'm gonna get a GP
It's
on
not
the back of my
normal
head.
for men to just go drastic on their hair.
Midlife
Sign
crisis.
of
I'm gonna get a GP on the back of my head. Or full auto. Maybe the
sign of
money flow.
psychosis.
It's
Men
psychosis.
doing drastic hair changes.
It might be. Here, I'm in the stream. Hey, I appreciate you guys. You guys be good.
Thanks for having us.
Uber.
Cart.
Oh, you're going Cart. That is a good pick, man. Cart is a good one too. Hold on, stay on.